Some Observations from Austin by Vic L., November 27, 2016. Firstly, after the relentless attention paid to the presidential election, it was a blessed relief, pun intended, to hear virtually no discussion of politics, either during the sessions or in private conversation. As a member of the board of directors, I am proud that our efforts were fruitful, but particular plaudits need to go to Nick H. and Diane P. They did a lot of thankless work. The Austin Convention was indeed a success, and from a personal point of view, it was eye-opening and rewarding. I feel we're headed in the right direction, but must continue to pay attention to our challenges. On the subject of money, Austin was endowed with a prudent reserve of approximately $4,000 from Santa Monica, and we had hoped to end the convention close to that amount. However, due to the wacky pricing of food by the hotel, it looks like we'll add to that amount. Normally, I would feel good about not going into the red, but as we all know, AA traditions talk of the danger of amassing lots of money. So, that problem is passed on to the next board of directors. Perhaps the excess could be spent on subsidizing attendance for needy alcoholics, or paying for a named speaker that requires an honorarium, a controversial subject that is also passed on to the new board of directors. Speaking of money, each of my trips to attend Santa Monica and Austin from New York City cost me approximately $1,000, airfare, hotel, food, miscellaneous. Obviously, it's cheaper for those who can drive and not stay at a hotel, and a lot more expensive for those from abroad. In addition, some members need to take time off from work. It is my contention that attending a secular AA convention is not only expensive, but perhaps a tad elitist. Here's a radical suggestion. We might consider holding secular AA conventions every 5 years, scheduling it halfway between the religious AA conventions. In the intervening 5 years, local secular AA members might mount regional conferences around the country, as were done in Phoenix and Olympia, Washington, in the years between the Santa Monica and Austin conventions. Nearby conferences would be less costly to attend. They would encourage a more grassroots-up approach, and to make the convention every 5 years more special and affordable. On demographics, it's fairly obvious that we are an old white lot. That might be partially explained by the fact that some of us arrived at our non-religious skepticism later in life, or that others have been reluctant to come out of the non-believer closet at a younger age, as in my case. In any event, we must do better, a lot better, both in age and diversity. Note that although we gained approximately 139 new groups from around the world since Santa Monica, it appears that the number of attendees at Austin increased by only 100. Are we merely talking to each other? We must reach out, but how? The people we want to reach are members of religious AA who either do not know that we exist and or have misunderstandings of exactly who and what we are. Religious AA will bring approximately 80,000 members to Detroit in 2020. It would make sense, therefore, that we should have a very strong presence in Detroit as an official division of that convention run by us. Do the LBGTQ members allow GSO to decide the particulars of their LBGTQ meetings and speakers? Or, failing that, we should perhaps run marathon meetings near the main hotel and invite all attendees to come and check us out. Some of us may wonder about the razor's edge of setting an example vis-a-vis propagandizing. but GSO encourages exposure. C. The press and media page on the AA website, and the story behind the Jack Alexander article on AA. In addition, we should obviously have an ongoing outreach program to young people in Alcoholics Anonymous. Let them know we exist and how to get in contact with us. On name change, WAFT IAAC has officially changed to ICSAA, International Conference of Secular Alcoholics Anonymous, which I hope will default to Secular AA in conversation. And for those who are unaware, ICSAA's sole purpose is to organize and produce conventions every 2 years. Along these lines, I would also like to make another plea for a wish of mine, the merger of Secular AA with WAFT Central. The newly merged entity would be a repository of all things Secular AA, have one website which would post the directory of all meetings, post blogs and social media, post updates and FAQs, reach out to young people, people of color, prisons, and rehabs. The convention would be administered by a committee of Secular AA. In general, a central secular website would help establish a brand and be much more efficient and organized. I'm sure others probably feel differently, and I look forward to learning about their impressions. About the author, Vic L. Vic L. is a documentary film producer in New York City. His date of sobriety is February 11, 1979, and he is the founder of 2 AA groups in New York City. In the 1990s, he founded the Columbus at 5 traditional AA meeting, and on January 17, 2015, he founded the Without a Prayer Agnostic AA meeting. Vic was featured in the New York Times article, Alcoholics Anonymous Without Religion, February 21, 2014, and he moderated Is Spirituality Compatible with Agnostic AA at the Santa Monica Convention in November 2014. Vic also authored Perils Facing Agnostic AA, published in AA Agnostica on June 29, 2015. He has been serving on the board of directors for the We Agnostics, Atheists, and Freethinkers International AA Convention since January 2016.